Hey, it's Dusty Thunder with a story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for refusing to change somebody's baby's diaper? My wife and I have been married for 10 plus years and have a few kids. Sister-in-law and her husband had a baby 2 years ago. No major complaints. They just tend to ask for people to do stuff that I would think that they would do themselves. They'll come over to our house. They live an hour away. They'll ask ahead of time if we have their kids' favorite crackers on hand. Why don't they just pick up the crackers or pack the crackers? I don't know. They are well off. Money is not an issue. If one of them leaves the room, they'll ask one of us, my wife or kids, to be in charge of the baby, even if the other parent is right there, just scrolling on their phone or something. But whenever I say something to my wife, she says I'm being too much. The other day, we were having a dinner at mother-in-law's house when the baby had a poopy diaper. Sister-in-law looks at me and says in the sweetest voice, Uncle OP, could you change that diaper? She frequently does this when we're there, but this was the first time I was asked. I answered politely, no, I'm sorry, I don't do that. You don't do diapers? No, I don't do other people's kids' diapers if their mom or dad is around. I mean, if I'm babysitting, sure thing, but yeah, if the parents are around, I feel like it's their job. Sister-in-law looks like she's ready to cry. Well, I feel selfish. I smiled and tried to set her at ease, saying, not trying to make you feel any way, just telling you a boundary is all. The table got really awkward as she got up and did the diaper. Afterwards, my wife blamed me for making sister-in-law feel bad and said I could have just changed the diaper. Not trying to make anybody feel bad, but I've had 3 kids and always took responsibility. I watched them, packed for them, I changed them, not looking to be a secondary parent for this kid. Okay, so the question remains, am I the astronaut for refusing to change someone's baby's diaper? Candy Cam.
NTA. Like, I did my nickel. I'm not doing somebody else's nickel.
Anymore.
I'm not doing it again. It's not for me. It's not something I want in my life.
I'm trying to understand.
And so we have grandkids.
Yes. I'm trying to understand sister-in-law's point of view here. Like, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes and figure out in what scenario, like, this is okay.
I would never. Like I said on our last live, I chose to bring our children into this world. Like I'm choosing that, so I'm going to take care of them. I'm not going to, especially at 2, like that's, it gets it's very adult-like at 2, and that's not something I'm going to push onto somebody else. Like, I don't know. And also at 2, like I feel like the parent should be the one doing it unless somebody else is watching them, because they're growing up into, like, they're not, I don't know. Yeah. It just feels weird, like very crossing
they're developing.
a line.
Yeah. They're developing.
I'm not interested in that.
Unless it was very much like it takes a village kind of environment leading up to this point and everybody jumped in. But even then, asking somebody else to do it, like if other people offer, cool.
Or if like the parents are busy and they need some assistance, like, sure, I'll jump in. I don't mind that. But just to be sitting there at a table and being like, Uncle, it's your shitty diaper turn. Like, no, it's not.
I'm still with you, OP at NTA. I'm making it official here. Nothing has changed for me. I'm sure there are things that make this a normal thing for her, but to ask someone who that's not a normal thing with is pushing it. You know what I mean? And then visiting family does not mean that you get a break from your kids because they're just going to, like, completely take care of them while you're there. That's not what visiting family is about. I don't think so.
It's not?
No. Now, okay. Like, there are people who want to do that. There are people who want to take over and spend quality time and do that. And if they offer, that's one thing. But asking other people, unless you're asking them specifically to, like, babysit for you, or you have to go do something really important. But, like, if the other parent is right there is no reason. You are not there to take a break unless somebody's offered to give you a break. You do not have the luxury of an expectation of having a break when you go to visit family, right? It's still your kid. Oh, hold on. Tater Vision's back.
I also just, like, changing a 2-year-old's diaper is like wrestling an alligator. Because they're like
wrestling a shitting alligator.
They're like, the one leg is straight and the other one's trying to go over here, and like you have to hold them still, and like you're trying to change it and not smear shit everywhere. Like, it's a whole thing. So like, why would you want to put that on somebody else who's not the parent? Like, I can't in my mind. Like, if my mom would be like, oh, I'll do that, I don't care. Like, she would be fine doing that.
You wouldn't have to ask though, because she would offer.
Right. And but I can't, like, that is the mark where it's like, they don't want their diaper changed. They have opinions. Like, it's a whole different ball game than
Yeah.
it is when they're a baby.
I'd be like, I don't trust someone who's that out of practice to do a good job. You know what I mean? And then you're going to have like a Gorilla Glue situation. Only it's like shit. And I don't want that. I won't want my kid to end up with some kind of infection because Uncle Joe didn't want to do it in the first place and just kind of half-assed it, you know, like cleaned half the ass. I
literally have.
I don't like, I don't know. The only, okay. So other than this being a very, very takes a village, everybody's on board kind of kumbaya family, where she was just used to that. The other scenario that I can imagine is a parent who is about to crack asking that, you know what I mean? I could see a parent like on their last, hanging by their last thread, just getting ready to just absolutely crack and lose their shit, being like, can you please? Because I'm about to lose my fucking mind. And normally you would have some kind of explanation like that.